everyone, it's Chi again, here to share more healing messages with you on this gorgeous summer day at my cabin in Granite Falls, Washington. I'm in my favorite place right now doing my favorite thing, which is to meditate and relax in my hammock by the river. This is right behind my cabin, and you can see behind me beautiful Stillaguamish River, and you can see I'm surrounded by nature and beauty and love and light and pure, divine, blissful energies. And let's take in this deep, deep breath of appreciation for life. Another breath of appreciation for our bodies and for our health and our well-being and the many blessings that we have and the many blessings that we are about to receive. Thank you for joining me today. So, as you're probably aware by now, I am healing from cancer naturally and holistically. My diagnosis was breast cancer with lymph nodes involved in the armpit, HER2 positive, estrogen positive, stage I think 2B3 with the core needle biopsy. And I had one tumor in the breast besides the 3 or 4 lymph nodes involved. And I knew at the time of my diagnosis that this was my opportunity, my wake-up call to go deep and to really, really be the person I came here to be. The person that I was at the time of my diagnosis was someone who was not fully comfortable in my skin. I was over 160 pounds and spent a lot of my time do-gooding and helping other people. I was always like the last on the list of people for me to serve, basically. So that was a wake-up call. The cancer was my opportunity to change things around and shift and make taking care of me not my number one priority, and loving myself my number one priority. A lot of women who have breast cancer don't put themselves first. They tend to be people pleasers like I was, and not entirely comfortable in their skin, maybe not very loving with their bodies or very accepting with their bodies. And yes, so cancer is the gift that will turn that around so that you can transform into someone who is much, much happier and much more comfortable in the body. Yes. So I just went all in with natural healing, choosing to honor my body and thank it for the message and not shoot the messenger by doing anything that I felt would hurt or further damage my body in any way. So I went through physical detox, using the Crispy Cancer Protocol, lost a lot of weight, and then went on to use RSO, which is kind of like a cannabis oil, and other natural therapies like vitamin C IV, hyperbaric oxygen, infrared sauna, yoga, meditation, just the whole gamut of natural healing therapies, just to really address my wellness and the dis-ease I felt being in the body. And it worked because 6 months later, after a lot of emotional purging and energy healing, I was in such a state of bliss and joy, felt so light and so happy to be me, that when I went back for a CT scan in September, 6 months after my diagnosis, my oncologist and I well, I was actually thrilled to find out from the scan that the tumor had disappeared, which was told to me was not possible due to the aggressive grade of the tumor. So that made me so happy, and I felt like it was so miraculous that I just went even further into my spirituality, and then just this past year, past winter, just kept hitting higher and higher states of bliss and joy and higher states of consciousness, that I just kind of spent a lot of my time and energy kind of floating up here and not grounding that energy into the body. And so all the density in the body wasn't always all cleared, and the healing is very, very deep. so sometimes you think you're in the clear because you remove those top few layers, more will come up, more and more. But it's a beautiful journey. It's an endless, lifelong journey. So just enjoy it every step of the way. Don't worry about any end result out in the far future. Just deal with what is in the present moment, so you can really be present and enjoy life now and feel well now in your body. So anyways, the cancer came back this spring because I fell off the wagon. I was in such a state of bliss and joy. I just felt like, oh, okay, now I'm cool to go out and just party and play and eat anything I want, right? So I was playing blackjack a lot and having a lot of fun in Vegas, and all these free buffets that they were giving me. I was eating all the sugary stuff again, and then which led to, and that went on for a couple 2-3 months, and then this past July I had that relapse, and my arm swelled up with lymphedema because the armpit lymph nodes really started flaring up because of my relapse, my poor diet. And then because of this kind of second wake-up call, I'm like, okay, all right, ego games aside here, it's time to really double down. That's a blackjack term. Double down on self-love and pursue this self-realization, and bring in more spiritual energy so that I can truly pull it all the way down into the physical body and remove the density in the physical and be, a completely balanced and whole human being, instead of just hanging around in more of the etheric realms and with the bliss, bringing it into the body and doing more integration with the physical, right? Because this is just from my perspective, I tend to be more spiritual and less physical, and it all needs to balance out, heaven and earth. So in my case, I got to work on being here physically now, which I'm getting better at. And when I started the fasting, I'm 13 days into my fast, and I feel awesome. And I started the fasting to purify the physical, basically, because stuffing buffet food down your body is not going to purify it. It's actually going to weigh it down and create more density, which creates disease, right? So I've been purifying the physical 13 days into my fast, and I feel great, and my energy is very, very pure at all levels right now. And like I said, you can do all of this stuff without looking into the external for validation that this is the right path, right? Like saying, okay, if I do this, will I get a cancer-free scan 3 weeks from now. So that sort of mentality is more of a limited perspective ego mentality that will not actually get the results. To get the results, you gotta let go of any need for results, right? You gotta just stay present with your mind energy, and use your mind energy here and now to create the feeling and experience of what heaven is, what wellness is, the state of being of complete health. Okay? Bring that here now, whatever that means. And for me, it means what you see before you. It means all of this. It means nature. It means smiling. It means being joyful. It means service to others and sharing. So create that now in your present experience, what wellness and health means to you, right? Regardless of scans, regardless of, swollen arms, create it in the here and now. Because if you can do that in the here and now, what you're doing is you're kind of letting go of anything that is not in alignment with what it is you want to create, right? You're letting go of illness, you're letting go of doubt and pain and insecurity, and you're moving into a higher state of being that's going to attract the vibrational energies into your experience that will manifest eventually into higher and higher physical outcomes, okay? But it begins with the here and now. It always begins with the here and now, to choose love here and now and let go of the need to know, let go of the need to control, let go of your fear of the unknown, what may or may not happen. Move into the now and choose to be love. So now what you're seeing for you is what happened after the July relapse. I went on this fast that is still going because I feel good, and if I'm feeling good and awesome and pure, I'm just gonna keep moving along. Use your intuition, use your inner state of being to choose in present moment what it is that's best for you without going out there copycatting other people's protocols, right? Because with the second wake-up call, I've gone more inward. Whereas with the original cancer diagnosis, I went more outward to gather information, right? And it was like throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying many, many different natural healing modalities. And that was all by design, because we need to go through this stuff, right, to experience it for yourself, right? Okay? You gotta get your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty and have fun with creation. Have fun with your own life and your own energy, right? And know all is well. You're divine. You're eternal. You don't really die. And yes, the body has to relax. You are in charge. Okay? Work with the body to help it relax. Okay? Right? It's been bombarded with a lot of stress, a lot of fear, a lot of toxins. Okay? Just work with your body. Breathe. Number one, right? Breathe. And I'm going to send some of this beautiful healing energy, collecting all of it into my field and transmitting it to you so you can have the most awesome healing experience possible. receive, allow, knowing that you are worthy of healing now, no matter what the past. Forgive, let it go. It's not worth holding dis-ease in your body. Just let it go. Love yourself back into wholeness. You are not alone. You are so much more. Just allow and receive. I honor you. I love you. I bless you on your journey.